Hey YouTube, back with another video. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Let's get into it. I wanted to discuss pyramids in this video. Just a couple of experiences that I have had in the astrals with seeing pyramids. So this first one that I'm thinking of, I was being led by this witch that has been here since 1492, Mrs. Maxwell, and I'm being guided by this pendulum that she's holding, and it's just emitting these frequencies that are circulating around and around and around and around and around and hitting my face. How just like how they've displayed in countless TV series and shows and media that I've seen since growing up. And whenever a character was on the TV that I would see and they were using these psychic powers, majority of the time, not all the time, but majority, the character's psychic abilities were colored purple or pink. And when they would be putting someone under a spell or attempting to control their mind, their eyes would glow that color, and then there'd be these rays coming out from that area of their face that would then hit the other character, or maybe they'd shoot it out from their hands, or use some other type of object like a pendulum, or maybe a different type of object in a film. But that's just been the exposure that I've had to this type of information and content before experiencing it again in my adult life and remembering it that this is a part of reality. It's just a different space where it has occurred for me. And I'm walking through this terrain, and there are these purples and greens and this beautiful blue water and lake, and it's nighttime, and the sky is a dark color, and it's blue, but there's like a dusty hue to it, like a graininess to it, and there are these sand colored goldish pyramids. But I also want to say that there were some that were purplish, and there was this mound behind me that was a purplish color as well. And I believe I was being put under a spell in an attempt, the goal was for me to guide them to some type of pyramid that I can only imagine that they believe I have access to, or I have some type of code in me, like I'm a key that they need in order to gain access to get maybe some type of scroll, artifact, tablet, escape ship, I don't know. But that was the brief experience that I had. And I heard in one of the videos I listened to that pyramids are all over America, and that America is actually Tamari, and Tamari houses, it was called Tamari before it was called America. This was in a TikTok video. I need to find the video and give credit to that person, but it outlines how before it was called America, renamed America by the oppressor, it was first called Tamari. And before it was Tamari, it was a small part of ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt is here in the Americas, and this is one of the big secrets that the oppressors do not want to come out. But it's going to come out. It's coming out. And our memories are unlocking. So if it's not going to come out by, seeing a video of someone else speaking about it, I guarantee you by November, you are going to remember instances of being on this part of the land and seeing these pyramids before we fell in frequency. I'm gonna make my next video on that, and yeah, that was the first experience. Second experience, I this is why a part of the reason as to why I unfriended a bunch of people, when my spirit was questioning. So one of my teachers, going back to high school, ended up following me on Instagram last summer, and I accepted it. I didn't know who it was at first, and I was like, who is this? And then I was like, oh, okay. So I accepted it. And shortly after that, I mean, within the first couple of days, I want to say, I had an experience in the astrals, and all of a sudden I came to, and it's the teacher that I had when I was in high school, and her skin color is this deep, dark blue, and her eyes are bigger, kind of like, not that of a moth, but some other type of bug. A moth is like too big, with the eyes that I'm thinking of anyway. But they were like, if you take my eyebrows and my eyes, those were the sizes of her eyes. Maybe just slightly smaller, but that noticeably bigger than what they are here in how I've seen her. And they were just a deep, dark blue. They were a dark color, and she was this darker blue, and she had these horns that were thick, not exactly as thick as a ram, just slightly smaller, and they didn't circle around before coming to the end of the horn. They just both stuck out with points, and she was looking at me and I was looking at her, and then she gestured to come into this tent, and so I went into the tent. But what I noticed before going into the tent was that there was this, what I believe was sand, all on the ground with where I was, and there were all of these pyramids behind this tent that we were in, or that I was being invited into. And these pyramids were big, and they looked like how the pyramids have looked like in what I've been exposed to here in the physical. Now, after watching that TikTok video speaking about why they believe ancient Egypt is here in the Americas because of the design of the pyramids, it made me think of the pyramids that I saw in this second experience, which makes me think that these were some pyramids over in that part of the land that, was named Africa. But I don't 100% know. I'm not 100% sure. That's just a educated guess. I just don't think where my consciousness was that specific night was over here. And yeah, those were the first two experiences, or I guess stories, that I had to share in regards to pyramids and me seeing some of these pyramids in the astrals and interacting with a couple of beings while near these spaces. Are you seeing any of these pyramids? If you are, what's it like? Have you gained access to any of them? If you have, what has that been like? Are you seeing any other beings? Let me know. Leave a comment below. I hope you travel safely tonight in the astrals. And until next time, I send peace, courage, protection, and divine cosmic love to every single goddess and god who is on their journey of remembering their divinity and remembering who they are. Peace.